when I feel like nothing, always feel like I'm running. Both feel we're living worlds apart. It's fucked now, we lost in limbo. Remembering what you said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, both know I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed. You know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. Trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to.
Hi, I'm Justin Jensen, and welcome to my channel. It's not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs and may fall again and again, because there is no effort without error or shortcoming. Teddy Roosevelt. And I was muted again. It's supposed to unmute me. Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Justin. Today is November 4th, 2023. It is 8:36 p.m. on the East Coast of the United States. Thank you all for joining me. Take two. Yes. All right, here we go. It's good to see you all. I appreciate it. Thank you for uh coming and watching me reschedule 74 times today. I apologize, but there's reasons behind it. I had to get my work finished, first of all. Second of all, Josh from the lab, I was trying to kind of work around his schedule, and I want to let you guys know that he is still doing his live, except it's going to be tomorrow. He it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work, editing and a bunch of stuff. So it takes a long time to do all of that, and he's just not ready. But he will be ready tomorrow, and it will be, I believe, at the same time as it was scheduled. So it's not going to be tonight, but it will be tomorrow. So I talked to him earlier because I messaged him. I said, I don't see your live scheduled," and he's like, really, trying to get this done, but I don't think I want to get it done." So I wanted to let you guys know that it will be tomorrow. That is something you do not want to miss because it's going to tell us a lot, in my opinion. It's going to tell us several things. How Dawn uh, reacts in interrogations when the fire is held against him, uh, when it's not as easy to wiggle out of comments. And this is obviously um, several years, decades in the making, but the survivors nonetheless have had to live with this every single day of their lives. So, it's something you certainly don't want to miss. Thank you all for the kind comments. You are awesome. If you guys haven't yet already, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button. It is a way to be an active engagement in true crime. It gets that video out there, which is what we need. We need Summer Wells' case to continue because no one's stopping, not even close, until Summer is brought home and justice is served to her, whoever that is. Um, you guys, know who I suspect, but again, at the end of the day, I want to make it clear that we don't know what happened to Summer and we don't know who did it. However, there is, in my opinion, a lot of red flags around the parents, particularly, in my opinion, one of them, and that is Dawn. And I've made no bones about it. And we're going to go over some things this evening that, to me, just um, solidifies that I don't believe Dawn's story at all. And I always say on this channel, people who have nothing to hide, hide nothing, particularly when it comes to your 5-year-old missing daughter. Most parents um, scream it from the rooftops. They don't behave. And I'm not saying that there is a certain way to behave, but there is as well. There isn't, I mean, everybody behaves differently, yes, but there is norms to someone, particularly a child. Your child is someone that you should love more than anyone on the planet. So, I just saw something. Candy. What day did he go camping? Well, the camping situation, it's not camping as a backpack in a camp. And so we're going to get into that. It's good to see you all. Thank you all for the kind comments. I believe if Ronnie had done his job the way he was supposed to, he would know what happened to Summer by now. You know, Dave, it's possible. It's possible. The thing is it's I try to be kind when it comes to uh Ronnie Lawson and all law enforcement because I don't really know everything they have done, right? And they can't tell us everything that they have done. But Ronnie Lawson says that they have done everything within their power up on that hill. Uh Elf, I think that's how you pronounce it. Thank you so much for becoming a member. I appreciate your support. It really means the world. Thank you. Thank you so much. Uh, hey Emma, how are you, dear? Candace is guilty, in my opinion, and Don defended her too much, like he knows. Interesting. It's very well possible. Very well possible. So we talked about how Celeste, 13 months, over 1 year, it all will come out in the wash sooner or later. I agree. I agree. And listen, TBI said they are not going to stop until they find Summer Wells. We're going to hold them to that. We are going to hold them to that. I was reading up exactly JPL. They don't. They don't, particularly when you have a missing child. Particularly when you have a missing child. Canvas and True Crime, thank you so much. I appreciate you, my dear. Always good to see you. So, yes, I forgot what I was going to say. I lost it. So yeah. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate you being here. So what we're going to talk about today is okay, that's what I was going to say. So we've talked about how I personally believe that uh, they can't even stick to their own script. Yes, that's true. Oh my goodness, Elf. That is so kind of you. Thank you so much. Oh my God. Thank you. That is very generous of you. Thank you again so much. And Shannon, 14 months. Thank you, my dear. You're faithful always. I appreciate you. Hello, Texas. Good to see you. So, I've said, and I personally believe that Don and Candace say something happened on the 14th. CPS came there the 14th. They say during the evening, could have been, might have been, don't know. We know that Candace and Don are the type to avoid CPS as much as possible. And oh my God, Canvas, thank you so much. 5 memberships, how generous. Thank you so much. You are very good to me. I do appreciate you so much. Thank you. It's very generous of you. So, doing with sorry, I'm trying to get my thoughts together again. When I believe that at least Candace, in my opinion, had H and her planned. I don't know if like Grandis was planning on going to the hospital the night before because to me they would have had to plan something the night before. If they didn't, did she just wake up at 5:30 in the morning and say, let's go to the hospital? I think her knee was probably hurting her the night before. Usually, when you just get a pain, you don't just normally just, roll to the hospital. It usually takes some time before you roll into the hospital. And then we get to the bathing suit. We get to the bathing suit. Candace says she put that bathing suit on Summer before they left. Well, according to Candace and H, that they had no plan on going swimming, going fishing, nothing on June 15th until Candace goes over to H's house while she was waiting for her mom. And then H says she changes their summer. Candace changes summer there. And then they're planning on going on a trip, or going on a fishing or swimming trip then. And then they get to the pharmacy and they say, "Oh, we're at the pharmacy. Since we got to wait 30 minutes, we're going to go take summer swimming," which happens to be literally across the road from this Walgreens pharmacy, which they passed umpteen pharmacies to get there. Okay. So, which was it? When did you actually plan on going swimming? H says he didn't go to bed until very late. That's why, he didn't sleep a lot the night before. And Candace came by the house about 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock. All right. And then while in the drive-through at 11:30 in the morning, Don says he gets his times messed up, in my opinion. He says, "Oh, well, since y'all were going swimming, I'm going to stay later." It's 11:30 in the morning. One second. He gets, you don't plan on staying late after 11:30 in the morning. You haven't even had lunch yet, right? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. So now what I want to do is I want to get to Dudley. Dudley. Because Dudley had a lot to say in this interview. I have clipped certain parts of this, and I want to give a huge shout out to my friend Chronicles of Olivia. Olivia is a good friend of mine. This is from her content here, and I want to give her a big, big shout out. So that goes to her. Give me one sec. I'm having a little bit of computer trouble. Okay, there we go. All right. Tracy, innocent people, stories don't change. That's exactly right. I have my windows open, so I apologize in my office right now. If you hear sirens, apologize. Um, who goes to the water park after their child is missing? Yeah, good question. Who goes swimming? Another question. Who goes swimming while you're waiting on a prescription? You know, if I go to CVS Pharmacy or Walgreens and they say it's going to be 30 minutes on your prescription, I'll say, okay, I'll swing back around here in a little bit. Or, you know what? I'm going to print my coupons at CVS and I'm going to go, you know, shopping in there. And that's what I'm going to do. Maybe sit in your car, but you don't go swimming, particularly if you're not planning that. I can't imagine. I mean, any of us that have had young kids, 5-year-old kids, can you imagine trying to get your child in and out of the water in 20 minutes? It doesn't fit. There are norms to life, and that is not a norm. That is not a normal thing. And when things aren't normal and something goes wrong, your ears perk up because it's not a normal thing. It's not a normal thing. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to some of Dudley, what he has to say, because Dudley really tells a lot here. Do I believe everything Dudley has said? No, but I believe most of the things that I have clipped, well, everything I guess I've clipped. So, but the one thing in this interview is he did get wrong, and he said it was Jose. It was not Jose. It was, and I think it is a guy named Jose that Don was talking to. He said he went to jail for a couple days. Uh, but and he says in this interview he's never even seen Jose. But anyway, we're onward and upward. All right, so this is by
How do
Chronicles of Olivia. Let me know if y'all can hear this 1 second.
I feel about it?
I mean, because he said basically that you're a meth addict.
You see, the problem is,
Could y'all hear that? Is Dudley out of jail? I don't know. I really don't know. I haven't checked. You can. Thank you, Nurse Sandy. Perfect. Thank you, Evie. Thank you so much, my dear. All right. Yes. Yep. I talked to Josh earlier. I mentioned this earlier in the live that he will be live tomorrow. He's tying up some stuff. It is a lot of work to cut, edit, all that stuff. It's a lot.
is Don Wells and Candace Wells knows what happened to Summer Wells. So I was in the way. When I seen him, I've never seen Don this way before. He had this look on his face like something really bad happened.
So
when you say that date, what date would that be? So she went missing on that 15th. When you say the
That's
Monday,
the 14th. That's the day I got fired.
All right. One thing that Dudley has always stayed firm on, been consistent on, is the 14th. When Don was acting strange, he says that evening as well. Now, remember, CPS, even by Don and Candace's standards, say that they were there on the 14th of the evening.
That evening. That's the day he said, well, he was talking about having everybody at the job and stuff. Tuesday, the day Summer come missing, I believe is what I heard. Richard Tucker and all them. But that was Monday, not Tuesday. So to me, I'm like, why is he lying about the date?
Could Don have been trying to confuse everyone, being like, oh, yeah, you just saw me, and, maybe getting the date, maybe it was yesterday?
He was supposed to go work Sunday. He didn't show up. I worked Saturday. And Monday I go in and he's sitting on a tub, like head down and just distraught.
Now, what would Don be distraught about? Now, remember, he is the one that says that he always knew something was going to happen to Summer, which is such an odd thing to say to begin with. This is the 14th. This is 24 hours before his daughter goes missing. That has now been missing nearly 2.5 years, right? SL, and that is the God's honest truth. Confusion is the name of their game. In Don's world, particularly, confusion is the name of the game. Absolutely. So, and Dudley, kind of kept wondering why is Don saying, you know, about the 14th when you saw all the bosses and all that. Why are you saying that?
And I'm like, this ain't good.
So
when you say a tub, where's this at? Like a job site?
At the job site.
What job site was that?
That was the one you recorded me at.
Sorry, I was muted. Is ICU in here? Hey, vet girl. Don, he is sitting in the bathtub the day of the 14th. Summer goes missing on the 15th, which is on a Tuesday. Hey, Muscles, good to see you. Kathy, Juno, Plant Diva. So why is Don sitting in this bathtub, right? Was he thinking? You know, there's those times in all of our lives where we've got to make a decision, a tough decision, and you just kind of zone out. You know what I mean? And you're like, someone has to snap you out of it, right? That's the way I picture Dawn in that bathtub, just thinking really hard. Thinking really hard. What was he thinking about? Because 24 hours after that incident, Summer's missing. And not to mention, by the end of the day, Dudley will be fired.
Doing the drywall Saturday was. That was that job. That's the job he said. I couldn't tell what you had done that day. I put 5 buckets of mud on. She recorded me. And he got mad because I went over his work and it looked better. So he envied. And he thought I was a threat to him. And he was going to lose his job because all he knows how. Yep, that's what it was, Jonesboro.
So you got fired the day before Summer got reported missing?
Yeah, I got fired the day before. The day he looked all crazy and shit.
Who
he was
fired?
going to Jamie. He went and seen Jamie down the street from the job site. Okay, he went.
Who's Jamie?
Jamie was the guy that he said he went and talked to. You know, when Richard Tucker and all of them was there. That was, but he didn't say I was there. See, he's saying that was on Tuesday. That's what I heard, but that was on Monday. That's the day I.
So Don is making his rounds on Monday. Hey, Justin and Chad, have they gone silent? Or did I just miss seeing them lately? They've largely gone relatively silent. Now, I'll be honest with you, after tomorrow, Don might not be so silent. Or he might be really radio silent after that. It just depends. Don doesn't have very good self-control. So we'll have to see. That kind of to be determined.
Got fired. They were all there.
Did Don fire you or Richard Tucker fire you?
Don fired.
What? Like why? Because he's like your at the time supervisor.
Well, we were partners, 50-50.
Now, why is Don firing Dudley? Why? You need a partner to do that. I mean, that is hard work, and you've got to give Don credit. He is a great worker. He works hard, but you need some help. And why are you firing? See, I don't really believe in coincidence when it comes to crime. It can happen very, very, very seldomly, but usually doesn't. Dudley's fired the 14th by Don. They went from one house a month to approximately 2 houses a month. They're moving along. They're doing a lot of work.
Okay, that's what we were. Jesse put me with him, and because I was working too many hours on the job, he wanted me to go sub because I'd make more money working with Don. He needed some help. Don was doing like maybe one house a month. Okay, and he put me with him, so therefore we jumped up to almost two houses a month. We was doing a whole house, and then
Did you see him and Candace interact, or maybe even
she would come to the house. She would come to the job site with
She
Grandma.
would. And how did they interact with her?
Like who's her?
The parents, like Don and Candace. How did they interact
They
with
were always
Summer?
fighting half the time.
They fought a lot.
Yeah, they fought a lot.
Did you ever see them abuse Summer?
I seen them, not Summer, no. But I mean, if it depends on what you consider abuse. You're telling abuse. Summer go beat up Dudley and walk on the walkboard that's sitting on stairs 10 feet off the ground. She's 5 years old. The walkboard's the same walkboard they had in the picture of her coming from her house down to the ground. That was her steps. So a walkboard's aluminum and they have holes. It's not something a 5-year-old should walk that walkboard. And I'd be like, Don, what if she falls? This Tucker's job be going down in trouble. You know what I mean? You shouldn't have the kids there.
So when you said that the grandma and Candace would come to the job
sites, they come there a couple of times.
Why would they go there?
One time they came there to get money. One time he had to go outside because they were fighting. I don't know what they were fighting about. But mostly they fought a lot.
When they came there, what kind of vehicle did they come in?
She drove in a Subaru.
Subaru?
Yeah, I believe it got impounded and took it away.
Oh, they 5 months.
Dudley says Don takes the Subaru on the 14th, the day that he was fired as well, which I find that very interesting because that is the day that they say, oh, why was you, why are you bringing this Subaru on the, and this is the 14th. Don says he took the Subaru on the 15th as well. He may have. I've always thought it was so interesting, and I don't have the clip right now, but when he was on the labs with Chris and Don comes up, he makes it very well known that he doesn't say he took the Subaru on the 15th. He says, no, I took it the day before. And he repeats that 3 or 4 good times. No, I took it the day before. I took it the day before. I think Don is just wanting to confuse people. That is what Don loves to do. I wish I had that clip.
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure.
It was taken.
It was a small one, cross-track or something.
Cross-track, okay.
Yeah. It was a nice car. The day he fired me, he was driving with tools in it. And everybody's making fun of him, like, Don, why do you drove your wife's car to work?
Now, with that's the day before Summer was reporting.
Now, listen, he had to take it the 14th. Dudley wasn't working the 15th. He was fired on the 14th. And Dudley saying, we were all making fun of him. We were all making fun of him. Because, you have to remember, when you take, there is no need. There is no physical need for Don to take that Subaru. It's a brand new car. They're paying a big amount of money on car insurance, car payments, etc. He would have to physically get his tools at 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning, move all of that over into a brand new car just for him to put miles on it for 24 to 48 hours. Makes no sense. It's not like his truck was broke down, nothing. You did that for a reason, Don. You did it for a reason. Had to. And it wasn't just because, oh, it's just sitting there. Candace keeps the roads hot. That is one thing we know about Candace. She keeps the roads hot. It wasn't just sitting there at all. That is complete BS. So the question is, why did you take it the 14th? Maybe you took it the 15th for a certain amount of time. I don't think he took it the 15th, my opinion. I personally don't think he took it the 15th. Maybe he took it for the problem is Don would know that the manufacturer is going to know what time he started it, what time the GPS, where the GPS went, and all of that. I just don't think he took it the 15th.
Did he take that Subaru to work any other prior time? Was that day on the 14th?
That day only. The only day I seen him, the day he fired me on a Monday.
Did he tell you why he was driving that car?
No, he didn't tell me why. I don't.
Up until the 14th, Dudley. Thank you, Candy. I think Dudley got fired on the 15th that morning. No, he got fired on the 14th. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I agree, Lady May. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was odd because I've never seen it. I worked with him for 2 months. So somebody said
So he works with Don for 2 months. 2 months. You never, ever, ever, ever took that Subaru before because there is no need for it. Out in the truck that morning. That is true, JD. That is, Don says on the interview with Chris. Good point. Good point. Thank you. That he woke up and went out and got in the truck that morning. Justin Frall. Yes. He certainly did.
2 weeks. No, I worked with him for 2 months. For 2 weeks prior to this happening, I was begging Jesse to give me my own house and move me away from Don. The dude's crazy. There's something wrong with him. He's deliberately starting trouble. And, they didn't listen to him. Instead, they set me up for the kill. So,
did Don ever bring the boys to work with him?
Yes.
He has?
Yeah, he brought him to the chocolate factory job. That was the first one he was there, and he was smoking weed with him in the house.
Smoking weed with
his son. Yeah, he had one son, the oldest.
The oldest?
Yeah.
Josie?
Josie. Yeah.
Did you see Josie smoking?
Yeah, I saw him smoking. He was smoking weed right there. He left the roach in the damn window. I said, Don, so they're going to get us in trouble here, dude. Jesse sees that shit. He already didn't like me because I smoked funny tobacco. So to have it on a job site, you know what I mean, is unprofessional. And to do it with your kid, 11 years old, come on. I mean, that's not right.
9 o'clock last night.
I wouldn't trust him. I'm pulling the metal around the window. And actually, I'm pulling a butt joint on the wall next to a window.
He is alleging that Don is literally smoking not cigarettes with his oldest child. Doesn't seem that far of a stretch, knowing that others have said it, and Candace literally got another teenager just a couple years older than her oldest son alcohol.
And he walks up to me with a scoop of mud on his knife and flings it right on a brand new window and says, I bet you can't do that. I said, when are you going to grow up? I said, now you get to clean that shit. He turns around after I finish pulling the butt, takes a picture of it, sends it to Jesse and says, look what Dudley did. he's fighting with. He just set me up for a kill. And Jesse didn't call me. He just let Don deal with it.
So remind me who Jesse is again.
Tucker.
Oh, Jesse Tucker. Okay.
Yeah, Jesse's Richardson.
Richardson.
He's the one that's letting the business go to shit. He'd rather have child pedophiles working for him in these neighborhoods.
Who would that be?
And meth head Don Wells. If I
All right, now that is his opinion on that. Don has never been charged of that at all, even though he did admit it with his sister.
would have known I was working with a child pedophilist, I don't believe he would have made it.
When you call Don Wells a pedophile, why? Why is
Well,
he
he's he molested his sisters. Okay, he's I was told that he was molesting Summer. And I've had Candace run out the door telling me, "Did I ever tell you I hate fucking kids?" I looked at Don and said, "Is she talking to me?"
Candace
And he
said
said,
that?
Yeah, Candace said that. And I said, well, she's got 4. She should have kept her legs closed. But Don, on the other hand, he never got the good book about growing up. He's definitely a childlike 14-year-old stuck in a 53-year-old body, or however old he is. Because he's got games. He throw mud on the floors. You know, he wrote all this shit on the walls that I got fired for. And he admitted about a week ago on there that he wrote down everything the meth head would do.
Yeah, we heard that.
So he admitted that he wrote it on the walls, and he said I did.
We heard that at some point TBI or Hawkins County Sheriff, I didn't hear which, asked you where Don Wells buried Summer's body. Is that true?
Have been wasted, and
Did Summer ever go to any of the job sites?
Yes,
She has.
at least 3 that I know of.
What would did Don?
Jonesboro, Rock Springs,
How old was Summer?
5, I think,
5. So recently, within the last 6 months or
in June.
in June. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. Yeah.
I mean, I seen her. You know what I mean? Hell, when they got in that little car wreck, they were doing a video chat.
Car wreck.
Yeah, at the dollar store, I think it was, when Grambo had to get hospitalized.
What month was that?
I'm sure Grandis, when they got in that little fender bender at the dollar store, she probably said, my check, I mean my neck. My check, I mean my neck. That's what it sounds like.
Huh?
But listen to what Don or somebody gives the phone to Summer.
Month was that? June of last year.
Yeah, it was right before this happened.
And you said it happened at Dollar General?
I believe it was a dollar store. Yeah, she was backing up and somebody hit her, and I mean, put a little bitty bump. But Grambo had to get ambulance to the hospital. So she was trying to get some pain pills. Don was making a big joke about it, but I talked to Summer right there, and Don gave her the phone and said, here, talk to Dudley. And I asked her what happened. She said, we got in a car wreck. They hit Grandma.
I can imagine little Summer being like, talking to Dudley. Grandma got in a car wreck, and he hit Grandma's bumper, bless her heart. She lived through some shit. Oh, thank you so much, my dear 1000. And Jay has a like button. Oh, thank you. It's very kind of you, my love. Yes, guys, if you don't mind hitting the thumbs up button, I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much for that super chat. It's very kind of you, my love.
But Summer wasn't hurt.
No.
No bruises.
They went and got checked supposedly.
When Don, going back to the job site, when Summer was at these job sites, was she just running around the house or
Yeah.
unattended?
Yeah. 90 going west. Yep. Didn't have no control over her. I mean, she was running all over the walkboards. That's going across ladders in a stairwell. That's, I don't know. You've seen it, babe.
Mhm.
That one.
Thank you, Daily. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. For those Elf and Daily and Canvas, if you guys was a recipient of one of the memberships, please thank them. That was very, very generous of them, and I appreciate it. Thank you. Very sweet.
When I was working at,
Come to work drunk, or did he ever drink on the job?
yeah, he drinks spoiled milk on the job. That could probably get you drunk. Yeah.
And there we have that milk. Why does Don drink hot milk? Like, why? Why? Like, I don't understand. Who drinks room temperature spoiled milk? That's probably enough to get you drunk. Like, I can't even.
In the damn Churchill, he made me go to that Sunday and wasted my damn time. He went there and done the job in the middle of the night. That one right there, he's took the guy's battery, big 20-volt Bridget battery, because he had a radio, and he stuck it in his radio. So yeah, I seen him do that over there. I was like, Don, I said, that ain't your shit, man. He was like, I'm just borrowing it. I bet he never brought it back.
Anything else you seen him take off job sites? Like,
We know Don takes. Oh, thank you, JPL. That's so sweet. In my opinion, Candace Wells is a violent abuser as well as her mother. I think it's definitely a line of which we know Candace. I mean, she has, is it battery charges or whatever? It's, and she's got a lot of stuff. It's just, in just a minute, we're going to go over that call as well of Summer. You can hear in the background. It's really freaking sad. The only videos, like voice, we hear of Summer talking is like a 911 call. There's the little one of her swinging, she's laughing. And there's one of them going into a tunnel, and I think it might be Grandis. She's so excited. She tells Summer to shut her mouth or she's going to wear out or something like that, she says. So thank you again, JPL. You're very, very kind. I appreciate you. Thank you for loving some. Oh, thank you, my dear. I appreciate you. It's I pray to God, God in heaven, Lord, please hear us, that something comes soon, because we're all tired, all tired of this. Maine, thank you so much, my love. I appreciate you. But everyone has given up on this kid. Everyone. All right, I'm gonna play it or I'm gonna cry. So.
tools or people's, like other construction equipment and take it home, or
I see him take a lot of.
Please stay tuned for the next episode.
This ain't gonna be good. Predator would come up here and take our daughter.
Okay, we're going to get back to Dudley in just a minute. But this is a phone call, Don says. And how does a father say this about his daughter? You think of Natalie Holloway's mom, and you know, Brandy Monkey's mom. They never, first of all, they are constantly working toward finding their child. But regardless, it's hard for a human being to say this about a child, r- and being the parent of the child who says the things that Don is about to say. It is disgusting. And he's just like, well, we got to be real about it. But also, you think of Don, who's the type, he's the type of person that says, oh, meaning his oldest daughter, took it like a champ. She didn't go whining and crying. She got AR'd multiple times. She didn't go whining and crying. I don't think he has the ability of putting himself in another person's shoes. I just don't think he has the ability. Oh, thank you again, Canvas and True Crime. Can you cover the missing sister? I think they took something from the playbook since it has not been found, please. Um, I have covered Rose some, but yeah, I can definitely cover uh more of Rose for sure. Absolutely. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Substance. That's very kind of you. Thank you all for the kind comments. Um, talking about Rose, it is extremely rare for a family member, a close family member, to go missing in a family. It is extremely, extremely rare that two go missing within a decade or so, give or take. Thank you, Patty. But listen to Don.
This is not going to be somebody like, oh, I love you, Summer, and I just want to save you from a bad situation. And I just want to save you from a bad situation.
Don is admitting right there that I just want to save you from a bad situation. We have seen Summer's room. We have seen that house. And I don't give a rat's ass, to be quite honest with you, whether someone says, "Oh, well, that's just the way they are. That's just the way they grew up. They're just country folk." Country folk take care of what they have, and they damn sure take care of their family. Let me tell you something. If you want to know if a child is loved, look around them. Look around them. I'm sorry, but Summer's room did not project love. It didn't project anything other than a dungeon with literally no lighting, no overhead lighting whatsoever, some wire and some plumbing. That's just that. You just don't grow up like that. That's not the country way. Country folk are good folk. They'll give you anything. Dawn and Candace are not that. They just literally come from Crackville is what they come from. Kids didn't have a damn bed sheet, not even a damn bed sheet, let alone a blanket and a pillow on their bed. So I don't care how much anyone whines in the freaking mic and says, "Oh, you can tell they were loved." I don't care. Doesn't mean there wasn't good times. Doesn't mean they didn't have laughs. Doesn't mean any of that. They just cared more about their addictions and each other at the time. Because there was a time when Don and Candace did a much better job. There was a time the kids looked clean. The house looked a lot cleaner. Things looked more organized. But the family system broke. It went downhill. And that is because of addiction. It is because of addiction. So Don says, taking Summer out of a bad situation. It was a bad situation. It was a bad situation. and CPS took them out of the boys out of that as well.
90% of the time when someone takes a little girl or whatever,
Listen to
or a
this.
boy even, it's for 90% of the time it's because they're predators. So it's just not good. Somebody is.
How do I feel about it? You know,
I mean, because he said basically
he's
that you're
trying
a
to.
meth addict.
Hold
on one
You see,
second.
the problem is Don Wells and Candace Wells knows what happened to
One
Summer
second.
Wells. So,
all right, something happened to my video here. Let me looky. Is there another video there? That's weird. Hold on one second. Let me find this. Oh, okay. All right. A batter out of a bad situation. I'm pretty sure that's right.
The audio you just heard was played on Emma's channel yesterday.
Okay. That is from Nana's channel, God rest her soul, and Evil Exist. So credit goes to them. Links are in the description for the replay crew. Please subscribe to Olivia, Chronicles of Olivia, and Evil Exists. Great channels. All right.
how do I feel about it?
Give me 2 seconds. All right. Now we're going to get to that call. Let's see here. All right. This was Summer's life. I'm a bish cow. Thank you so much for gifting a membership. That's so kind of you. If you was the recipient, please give them a big old thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much, my love. Very kind. Damn it. Muted again. Okay, sorry. All right. I'll start over for the third time I've muted myself. So I was talking about this. CPS will remove a parent or someone that is an abuser, a neglector of some sort in the household. It's usually a couple, and CPS will say this person has to leave for whatever reason. Dawn had microwaves and stuff into these homes because these were homes that were new builds, right? Nobody had moved in them yet. They generally was there anywhere from 2 weeks to a month. So Dawn would stay at these places a lot. Why was Dawn not supposed to be living on 110 Ben Hill? We're going to go into it shortly. Dudley also talks about how, which we're going to get to in a moment, how some of the weird times Dawn would work. This is the call, the 911 call. And I'm going to make myself smaller And I want you to look at this. Credit goes to Evil Exists. Thank you for this. Look at a rough transcript. If that's not the saddest thing you've ever heard, shame on you, Don. And how I just don't understand. I don't understand trying to hurt my daughter. Now, some people allege that, let me see if I can find it while I play. I'm going to replay this again for just 1 second, and I'm going to try to find something during that.
I see him take a lot of material. You know, like I said, I went to his house.
Okay, and there's another one. Let me see. Just give me 2 seconds here. What this, let me know if y'all hear it. It's by Evil Exist, and here we go. 2 seconds. Here we go. Listen very closely, very, very closely.
Operators have heard this as well. It's horrifying. At one point during the call, the operator says she can't hear what's going on. Candace replies, and from what I can make out, she says, he tried to R her. Take a listen and let me know what you hear.
I don't know. No, it's not edited whatsoever. He what was that? He did take Josie to Utah. The reason, from what I've understood, the reason he took Josie to Utah was there was an issue allegedly between CPS with them and one of Allie's children. Okay, let me find this again now. Bear with me, y'all. So, it's craziness. All right, now we're going to get back to Dudley. Was this okay? Here, let me show you this. I'll tell you when this. If this is he drinks and throws things, am afraid of being hurt. He is abusive. Make sure I'm not muted. Okay. Physically and mentally toward me. I am afraid for my children and myself. My mother fears he is going to hurt her because she is staying in her camper on the property. I think that's Candace being honest, in my opinion. Yes, Josie was in Utah with them.
And he had to have 20, 30 buckets of mud that been sitting out there a couple of years and frozen. That was no good.
The red truck that may have been there the 14th, may have been there the 15th. Don't know. Yes, Fat Girl. They said it was a small, most likely Toyota truck with a ladder rack and buckets in the back. What kind of person drives a truck with a ladder rack and buckets in the back? Wonder who. You know, someone that works in some type of construction drywall business, possibly.
And I mean, a couple of years in the frozen that was no good. And I mean, you can't freeze mud. Mud can't sit out in the cold. It'll freeze. It's a freezer mold. He's mixing that shit in with the mud at the house, is trying to get rid of it because he took it from Tucker and them, and he was trying to get rid of it. But the whole yard was full of it. I said, man, brand new buckets of mud. But then he accused me of stealing mud when he told me to go put it in my storage building because he didn't have no room at the house.
Do you know if he's still working for Tucker? June 15th. Was he at work that you know of? I know you were fired.
Yeah, Jesse told me he went to skim a house. Wasn't that when I went up to Jesse and I said, Jesse, I said, where's Don? He said he's skimming the house. I said, he's skimming the house when his daughter's missing? I said, is there something wrong with that? I said, because me personally, I don't know that I could work if somebody was skimming a house when my daughter's missing.
What house was that? Where?
That was one of their houses. That was I forget the name of that subdivision. That's in Jonesboro, though.
So he was in Jonesboro
It's
area.
right there, huh?
Was it in Rock Springs?
No, it was in Jonesboro.
Right there where? Like,
I want to say by the police station, Sullivan County Police Station.
so he was there the day Summer was
Hold on, Tracy. I'm trying to understand what you're saying. If it was the 14th or 15th, Don would have known about Red Truck and news interview with Candace. I don't know what you mean. I'm a bish. Listen, I believe 1000% that Don tried to frame to make it look. I mean, you can't ever prove it because Dudley didn't do anything, but he's always tried to have eyes on Dudley. Now, the latest is he's saying that CPS abducted his kid, which is the most ridiculous thing ever.
reported missing.
What is that police station up there in Jonesboro? Is that Sullivan County? That is Sullivan County, isn't it? I believe so. I think it is Sullivan County Police.
Fred Hill. You gotta look at Fred Hill. That guy. Fred Hill confronted him. He said, "Don't put my name in your mouth anymore. I will kill you." Same kind of thing as he did to me. Drag your name in the mud.
He said so many lies. He's put so many people under the bus. He's wasted so many volunteers. I mean, I feel horrible for you guys because y'all got to listen to this shit and try to make something out of it. And you want to believe because you want to help Summer, but really,
we don't believe him.
You don't realize you're dealing with a psychopath.
You think he's a psychopath? Sociopath, psychopath, or do you think she's just a drug
addict? I mean, just a drug hit from far.
He shot a flare at us.
It's a long shot. Well, because that's his background. Look up the map.
Shot a flare at us.
It's a long shot, but it's between Rock Springs and Greene County.
Dudley says between Rock Springs and Greene County because that's Don's back roads. Thank you, Substance. Very kind of you.
Why?
Well, because that's his background. Look up the map. He could be in Greene County in 30 minutes from his house. And we did a lot of jobs out there in Chucky is another one. That's some woods out there, man. That scared me. You know, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. I would have never thought, you know, but I would guess Rock Springs to Greene County. That's where I checked. That covers Jonesboro and everything. That's a straight shot.
But what is your opinion on what you think happened this summer? Like, do you think something happened with Candace and Axel?
My wife and I talked about that, and I really believe, I don't know my wife, but I really believe that Summer got hurt, and fell and killed herself. That was a dangerous house. And
Sorry, my video's over looping or something. It's weird.
one time looked like she had been 14 years old and eyeing her up. I'm like, dude, that's
Listen to
So then what you
yeah, that's the other one.
did Don have
You see it. You see a girl one time looked like she had been 14 years old and eyeing her up. I'm like, dude, that's like a kid, bro.
What was this at?
This was I want to say Jonesboro.
Was somebody
What are you looking at? I said, that kid can't be 12, 14 years old.
Did he ever say anything about Candace cheating on him?
But I've seen him beat the shit out of his son.
Explain that.
All three of them?
Two of them.
Which ones?
I mean, he just, the one he did when he had him on the job site. I don't know, he back-talked him something, backhanded him, grabbed him by his pants, gave him a wedgie, told him, get outside, go sit in the truck. That was at the chocolate factory.
You know what son that was?
Josie. Yeah.
Josie's like that.
So sad. So sad. Can CPS remove a parent from a home? And this is what I want to cover here. Because Dawn was staying at the properties. Dudley says it. I think Mary has said it before. CPS can remove a parent from the home under certain circumstances. CPS can remove a parent from the home if they believe the parent's behavior is putting the safety and well-being at the child at risk. There can involve issues such as neglect, abuse, or drug addiction. If CPS determine that the parent is not capable of providing a safe and stable home environment for the child, they may take legal action to remove the parent from the home. In these cases, the child may be placed with another family member or in foster care until the situation is resolved. It is important for parents to understand their rights and work with a qualified attorney if they are facing CPS involvement. Reasons why CPS may remove a parent from the home: physical abuse, sexual abuse, drug or alcohol abuse, mental health issues, failure to provide proper care, domestic violence, and abandonment of a child are all reasons why CPS may remove a parent from the home. CPS typically only removes a child from their home if the child is in danger. It is up to the caseworker to decide if removing a parent from the home would be the best course of action to ensure the safety of the child. CPS may also opt to leave the child in the home but require the parent to participate in services such as counseling or rehab. Ultimately, the goal of CPS is to ensure the child are home and healthy, and removing the parent from the home is one of their many tools at the disposal to achieve the goal. And then they got, the legal proceedings of how they remove. In certain circumstances, CPS may have to remove a parent from the home. This removal can be either temporary or permanent depending on the situation. The main difference between the two is temporary removal ensures that the safety of the child is in the short term, while permanent removes signifies that the child cannot go back to living with the parent. Various reasons can lead to either type of removal, including neglect, abuse, or substance abuse. For temporary removal, the child can stay with a relative or a foster family once the issue are addressed, and the parent can undergo a reunification process. However, if the problem leads to a permanent removal, the child can be put up for adoption and the parents loses their rights. It is crucial to be aware that the possibilities and understand that the entail of the child and the parent. So, um, many times that they will remove a child or remove a parent for like we just read the various reasons, and why was Don not supposed to be there? He fires Dudley on the 14th. Summer, and also on the 14th, CPS shows up. On the 15th, H says, Don says that there is someone up on the hill trying to touch or harm the children. A few hours later, Summer goes missing. That is not a coincidence, in my opinion, and that is not an accident. I think it's very much. He drinks and throws things, and I'm afraid of being hurt. He is abusive physically and mentally toward me, and I'm afraid for my children and myself. My mother fears he is going to hurt her because she is staying in the camper on the property. This has been something, yes, he was SL, in my opinion, as well. Setting that stage. Donnie, Candace, we're doing this for a reason, in my opinion. Definitely a reason. They searched everywhere. Everywhere. The best of the best technologies, the thousands, 1,000 people, man crew. The card team says there is no evidence of a stranger abduction. You are talking about approximately 70 of the most special trained FBI agents says there is no sign of a stranger abduction. That is what they deal with. They deal with stranger abductions, and there is no evidence of that whatsoever. There is no evidence that Summer is out in the woods. Could those be possible? Yes, but there's no evidence of it. Law enforcement says this. They say this and they say this. By 2 weeks in, they had already searched over, where was it here? Let me find it 1 second. One second. This week, about 5-mile radius has been searched by air, foot, and dive teams. 5-mile radius. Let me show you what a 5-mile radius looks like. And listen, a little girl, this is a 5-mile radius. Five-mile radius, 110 Ben Hill Road. Let me zoom in here. That is a 5-mile radius. That is a lot. If she was there, they would have found her, in my opinion. She absolutely could have been moved. Now, let me see here. Give me 1 second here. I'm looking on this map. Just give me 1 second. You know, a 5-mile radius is a lot. A whole lot. From Ben Hill Road. So what happened to Summer? I can tell you that, in my opinion, it is not possible for someone to be in the middle of nowhere on top of a dead end road on top of a hill with 2 adults being outside in 2 minutes. And Dawn, why are you lying to us about not being at work on June 15th? That's a good question. I want to show you guys. Oh, did I? Hold on. Shut it off. Let me see here. I want to show you what the card team does. They have a high success rate in finding children. Out of 205 cases that they studied, or that they, sorry, I'm really bad at doing 2 things all at once. Out of 205 cases that the card team has been on, they have recovered 186, I think it is. Let me find this thing. Okay. All right. I want to show you guys what the FBI card team does. All right. Here we go. Thank you, Sissy C. The interrogation is tomorrow. He will be thank you, Susie Spears. Thank you so much. I missed that. Thank you. Very kind of you. Appreciate you. It is tomorrow. Josh had a lot of work that he had to do, and it will be tomorrow. Don't miss that. Oops, I think I'm wrong one. Wrong one. I'm running slow tonight. My internet's running really slow. Come on.
Child abductions like the Bradley sisters are extremely rare, but when they do happen, they demand a swift and serious response.
In tonight's special report, Dane Placco gets an inside look at the FBI's elite CARD team, which stands for Child Abduction Rapid Deployment, made up of specially trained agents across the country and right here in Chicago.
Kid goes missing, and then it is a lot of intense craziness that starts out right away.
FBI agent Carrie Landau always keeps a packed bag nearby, ready to jump into action when a child goes missing.
It really is time of the essence. It is a hopeful, immediate phone call from that local department to say, look, we're in over our heads, we need help.
Landau is based in Chicago and covers a 17-state area, one of about 60 specially trained agents nationwide. Since starting in 2006, the FBI's Child Abduction Rapid Deployment Team has responded to 201 abductions or missing children reports. 91 children have been recovered and returned. 88 are deceased. The rest of the cases still undetermined.
It's exhilarating when it's a positive outcome. When it's not so positive, it's very difficult.
We don't want you to leave yet. Can we search your car?
I gotta go.
2 years ago, the FBI team staged a practice drill in a...
Now remember, there is only about 70 of these specially trained agents in the United States. They do, they have like they do each they have different they do different states. Like there's like a north, south, east and west kind of thing, and they have a
South
very
suburban
high
Frankfurt neighborhood and school involving the disappearance of a 9-year-old girl. The scenario even included angry family members at the command post.
Who's in charge here? Are you guys finding Morgan? Where's Morgan?
The CARD team offers local police immediate access to the FBI's latest technology in cell phone analysis, social media, and video surveillance.
Being trained agents who know how to splice and dice video, who know how to get that up and running, to be able to create that timeline that is of the essence.
And access to the FBI's behavioral analysis team, the profilers.
Their job is to assist us in trying to figure out the best way to ask questions once we do have a subject that is likely.
In 2018, Landau was part of the FBI team that helped find the man who abducted a 10-year-old Calumet City girl, throwing her in his trunk and then sexually assaulting her before she was able to escape. Brian Protho was later convicted on a federal kidnapping charge.
There were 35 local businesses and neighbors who assisted us in that case. They provided us with so much video surveillance footage that it was undoubtable who the offender was.
Electronic medium, what do you mean 58,000 thumbs up? What does that mean? I don't know what to say what it means.
The FBI has also developed a child ID app in case of a parent's worst nightmare.
What it does is allow you to take your child's picture and all of their identifying characteristics that you might need if they were abducted and put it into an application where with one touch of a button, you can shoot all of that to your local police force if they happen to go missing.
And if a
do that. If you have kids, go to the FBI website and just type in FBI card team. At the very bottom, you can enter all of your your grandchildren's information, put a picture. God forbid they ever go missing. One button sends it to the police station. One button. It's very important.
Chicago area kid does go missing, Carrie Landau will likely get the call.
Just rewarding work.
It is. It's amazing. It's rewarding. It's difficult. I can't think of anything else I would rather be doing.
Dane Placco, Fox 32 News.
So, tells you a little bit about the card team. I thought that was interesting. No sign of a stranger abduction at all. At all. Summer is a mystery. I believe if Don and Candace didn't live out to where they lived, where the cell phone service sucked to begin with, and there was more cameras potentially in the area, I think this would have been solved by now. But we're going to hold them to it. We're going to hold TBI to it. I know that they want Summer found just as much as we do. I knew that. So, anyway, thank you all so much for being here. I really do appreciate your time. Y'all are absolutely amazing human beings. Truly, truly. Um, yeah, yeah. And tomorrow's going to be incredible. I think it's going to open up even more eyes. I think after tomorrow, if people don't see it, then there's just no help for them. There's just no help for those people. There's just not. There's just not. So, yeah. God bless each and every single one of you. What's going on? Thank you so much, Christy. I appreciate you all. Thank you all. Appreciate you so much. I will see you guys sometimes tomorrow. I may go live after Josh tomorrow, and that way we can talk about it. Maybe have a discussion about it. We'll see. I think Cher's going live shortly. So y'all maybe head over there. So yeah, love you all. God bless each and every one of you. Don't forget to change your clocks back. Is it tomorrow night or is it tonight? I always get it confused. All right, love you all. See you guys on the next one. Good night and God bless. Thank you so much.